Good morning all. Welcome to our next class. Today we have to discuss about Pascal's law. The previous class we have to discuss about relative density and how to measure relative density and the device used to measure relative density. Today we have to discuss about Pascal's law. For identifying Pascal's law, we have a simple experiment. For this cover containing water and the water is in a closed container and we giving a hole to this cover. We can apply a pressure to any side of this closed container. Water is coming to the and we putting another hole in any other side. When we are applying a pressure, there is a water flowing. And we put another hole to this closed container. Everywhere we push that time or all of that times, water is flowing through that small holes. Okay, we can see that water is come to different holes when we pressing any side of this closed container. That is, we are applying a pressure in one side of the closed container, but the water is overflowing any holes in any sides of that container. This closed container having some water. When we make a small hole here and we applying a force here, the water is overflowing through there. And another hole makes here, we applying force in downwards, water is flowing both of these holes. When we apply any small side of the closed container, we giving a small force, but the water is overflowing through any side of one closed container. We apply force in one side, but the water is overflowing from all of these sides with holes. Okay. And from here, we can conclude that what is Pascal's law? This slide. Pascal's law, the pressure applied at any point of a liquid at rest in a closed system will be experienced equally at all parts of the liquid. That is, we applying a force in one point of a closed system, that force is experiencing equally at all the parts of that liquid containing the closed system. That is Pascal's law. What is Pascal's law? When we applying a force or pressure into a closed system containing water, the pressure or that force is equally experienced all over that closed system or all over that liquid. When we applying a pressure to one side, that pressure equally experienced all over the closed system or all over the liquid in that closed system, and this is known as the Pascal's law. When we pressing a toothpaste, in one tip of the toothpaste, we can get toothpaste from that tube. Anywhere we can press, we want toothpaste from that. That is always based on the Pascal's law. That is, when we apply pressure in this side, we can got toothpaste, and we pressing or giving pressure to this point, we can got. That is, if we apply a pressure in anywhere in a closed system that containing a liquid, that pressure is experiencing all over the or equally through all over that liquid. That says the Pascal's law. And Blaise Pascal is the scientist first of all saying about this law, and so we can know this law is Pascal's law. And we are applying a pressure to a closed system. We say that when we apply a pressure to a closed system containing some liquid, we can say that the applied pressure is equally experienced all over the liquid. When we apply that pressure to this liquid, the pressure is equally experienced all over that liquid. But this did not change the volume of the liquid. Here the pressure is not changing the volume of the liquid that contains the closed system. When we apply pressure to this system, the volume is not changing. The amount of pressure is increasing, but the volume of the liquid contained in the closed system doesn't change. Here the applied force is 5 Newton. The amount or the volume of the liquid in the closed system is this, and we apply a 10 Newton to this liquid. The volume of the liquid does not change, it remains constant in the same level. So the volume of the liquid in a closed system remains constant when different pressures are applied on that closed system. Slide. Volume of a liquid cannot be changed using pressure. This is the basis of Pascal's law. That is, if we apply a pressure to a liquid in a closed system, the volume of a liquid cannot be changing because of that pressure. And this is the basis of Pascal's law. So Pascal's law is basing the volume pressure relation. Okay. When the pressure is applied to closed system, the volume remains constant. The volume of the closed system or the volume of the liquid in that closed system remains constant. It doesn't change. Okay. And we have to see a video. Now we can see the video of Pascal's law. And what is Pascal's law? The amount of power applying in a closed system is experiencing equally all over the liquid in that closed system. And here, in this closed system, we are applying a force F1 to this portion is considered as X. So, F1 force is applied in the portion X. The area of cross section of the portion X is A1. And the force experienced in this end is F2. The area of cross section is taken as A2 and this portion is considered as Y. So here is F1 force is applied to this piston X, area of cross section A1, makes a force experiencing here F2, area of cross section A2 and the piston Y. So here we applying a force F1. Because of that applied force, here is an experiencing force, that is F2. The applied force and the experiencing force is equal. When we apply a small force F1, that F1 applied force is equal to the experienced force F2. Here is a pressure. Pressure P is equal to F by A, force per unit area. P is equal to F by A. Pressure is the force per unit area. Pressure is the force per unit area. And here we are applying a force F1. The pressure here is P is equal to F1 by A1. P is equal to F1 by A1. And here also experiencing a force, that is P is equal to F2 by A2. And the applying force and the experiencing force F1 and F2 are equal, and we have to write that F1 by A1 is equal to F2 by A2. When we are applying a force here, that force equally experienced in the fluid that is taken in the closed system, and that equally experienced force is experiencing here, and that force is F2. And we write that F1 A1 is equal to F2 A2. From here we can write that F1 is equal to A1 by A2 into F2. For finding F1, for finding F2, we can write that F2 is equal to A1 by A2 divided A1 by A2 into F1. Here is the force we are applying and here is the experiencing force. So finding the experiencing force F2, which is equal to A1 divided by A2 into F1. So F2 is equal to A1 by A2 times F1. That is F2. The experienced force is A1 by A2 times of F1. So we can find the experienced force using the area of cross section of the closed system and the force we apply. So when we take on F1 is 1, when F2 is equal to 100. That is, the F1 is applied through a closed system. 100 times of that F1 is experiencing in the opposite side, that is F2. Okay. And here in the closed system, we are applying a force basis of Pascal's law. We can see through slides. Hydraulic jack, hydraulic brake in vehicles, hydraulic press. All of these devices are basing the Pascal's law. In hydraulic jack, we can see that a small force is applying through one end. That small force experiencing in the another side, that is 100 times the applying force. And hydraulic brake in vehicles and the hydraulic press. Both of these are working on the basis of the Pascal's law. That is, when we apply a small force in one end of the closed system, that force is equally experienced equally through all the liquid that containing in that closed system, and it experiencing another force F2. In these three cases, the applied force is on the top of the liquid that containing in that closed system. In hydraulic jack, hydraulic brake in vehicles and hydraulic press, in all of these cases, the liquid is containing here and the force is applying on the liquid and the force is experiencing equally through all over the liquid, and it makes a force. And that force, we can know that F is equal to 100 F1. Okay. Now we finding that Pascal's law and how to work the hydraulic jack, hydraulic press and hydraulic brakes of vehicles are working on the basis of Pascal's law. And we have to do a problem basing Pascal's law. Two tubes of different area of cross section filled with a liquid are connected. The area of cross section of a small pipe is 0.00125 and the area of cross section of another one is 0.0216. Zero point 0.020096. So the area 1 is equal to 0.001256 and A2 is 0.020096. When we want to find the force experienced F2, that F2 is equal to A1 by A2 into F1. Here the force experienced here F1 is 10 Newton. F is equal to 10 Newton. F1 is equal to 10 Newton and it's applied to equation 0.02096 divided by 0.001256 into 10. Doing this, we can got that 60 into 10 and which is equal to 160 Newton. That is, we apply the areas, both of the areas to this equation. We can find that the force applied, force experienced F2 is 160 Newton. So here equal to 0.02009. We apply F2 is equal to A2 divided by A1. A2 divided by A1 into F1. Putting that two values in this equation and multiplying this with the applying force F1 is equal to 10 Newton. And we got that the answer is 160 Newton. So F2 here is 160 Newton. The applied force F1 is 10 Newton and the experienced force F2 is 160 Newton. So we know that the area of cross section and the force applied is depending the Pascal's law. Today we have to discussing about what is Pascal's law and which are the devices that is basing Pascal's law. Some devices are hydraulic jack and hydraulic brakes in lever vehicles. And excavator is also basing Pascal's law. Its working is also basing Pascal's law. When we are applying a small force to a closed system containing liquid, a small force to that liquid containing the closed system, that force or that pressure is experiencing equally to all over that liquid and make the result. So the Pascal's law saying that, and there are so many devices basing Pascal's law and its working is basing Pascal's law, and the experienced and applied forces is the applied force is 100 times greater. The experienced force is 100 times greater than the applied force because of the equally experienced pressure through the closed system containing liquid. The force is applied to that liquid experiencing the equal force in all over that liquid. Okay, and this is Pascal's law. And we do a problem that finding the force that is producing the one end of a closed system. The experienced force we can find F2. We know the area of cross section A2 and A1. From here we can find the equation. We can find the experienced force using the equation F1 is equal to A2 by A1 into F1. So we can find the experienced force from here using the applied force and the area of cross sections. In Pascal's law, we write that F2 is equal to A2 by A1 into F1. From here, we can do that the area of cross section of the second piston is taken as A2 is equal to 100 A1. A2 is taken as A2 is equal to 100 A1 and A2 by A1 is equal to 100. A2 by A1 is equal to 100. And we apply this 100 to this equation. We find that F2 is equal to 100 into F1. So the experienced force F2 is equal to 100 times the F1. That is from we got the area of cross section of the second piston Y is taken as A2 is equal to 100 A1, and from here we can write A2 by A1 is equal to 100 and put this number to our first equation. F2 is equal to A2 by A1 into F1, and A2 by A1 is 100. F2 is equal to 100 F1. The experienced force F2 is equal to 100 times the applied force. So today we have to discuss about Pascal's law and what is the forces, what is the relation between the forces that applying and experiencing using Pascal's law. When we are applying a force to a liquid that contains applied it in a closed system, that liquid experiencing that pressure equally all over the liquid. And basing this law, first of all, it's defining Blaise Pascal, and that's why the law is known as Pascal's law. Okay, thank you.